everybody, it's your girl ToniTime back with some more Sims for you. If you like this video, then hit those thumbs up, subscribe, and notification buttons, and be sure to leave a comment below, share my content, and follow my social medias in the description box before you go.
Hey everybody, it's your girl ToniTime, and I'm back with some more Sims for you. And I literally just started recording this. I made it like 10 minutes in, and then I realized, like, no, that's not gonna work. I'm all over the place. I'm gonna restart it. So I'm restarting it once again. So yeah, y'all, I'm back with my next set of Sims that I'm going to introduce y'all to for my new series of the Supernatural or Monster series, whatever you want to call it. But these are my main students of the college. I showed you in my last video the teachers and the professors and whatnot. And for this part, I'm going to show y'all the main students that we're probably going to be playing with. And then after this group, I'm probably going to show you all the extras who do play key roles as well, but we might not play with them as much because they're more of to move the story forward with all the drama and the fun. And also, side note, in my last video, I said that the people who created that TV show Monsters High stole the idea from me. Y'all, it was a joke. Like, I was joking because I was like, oh my god, they're so similar, they stole it from me. It was a joke, y'all. Some people didn't get that, so let me just show y'all right now. Sarcasm is a thing. Google it. But, yeah, and also, I also showed that video to my cousin, and my cousin, she's a Harry Potter fan, and she was telling me, oh my god, Tony, like, this sounds so similar to Goblet of Fire from Harry Potter. And she was showing me all the similarities and telling me all the similarities about how, like, it's 3 schools and one's good and one's bad and one's the other one. And about how, like, the principals are evil and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh my god, you stole all these ideas. No, I didn't steal the ideas. Once again, just like how I said that Monsters High was very similar to my story, that movie that came out before I wrote this is also very similar. I did not do that intentionally. It was not on purpose. I didn't try to steal it. It's just what happened when I started writing it all together. So yeah, let's get that out the way. I had to just do that disclaimer real quick before people keep coming for my head. Anyway, this is Giovanni Disholy, and I said it before that he is the son of the devil. So he's like the prince of hell, pretty much. He's one of our main characters. This is in no particular order as well, these character introductions. They're just literally how I have made them, who I made first and who I made last. So he has this walk, and he has this voice. Yeah, his voice is kind of high. And I made him a vampire because he is supposed to be, like I said, the prince of hell, so he's supposed to be a devil. But because we don't have supernatural once again, and I didn't want to make him a human because that would have been boring, I made him a devil. And he's really attractive to me. He looks kind of Asian in the eyes. Maybe it's just me being, like, bugging out, but he looks Asian to me, low-key. But like I said, his name's Evan, not Evan, whoa, where'd I get that from? Giovanni Disholy. He's really into music. So he does want to be a musician. He plays the piano beautifully. He basically wants to bring upon destruction because, you know, he's like a devil, a demon, whatever you want to call him. He wants to bring upon destruction with the sound of music. But he is a kind guy as well, so he will also bring healing to, like, his friends and such with music. So I love that about him. He's a big goofball. That's one of his traits. He loves to tell jokes and mess with, like, his best friend over here, Patrick. He loves to mess with him. He loves to play with him. He loves to clown him about how much he's in love with his girlfriend and stuff like that. So, love him for that. He's also very active. He's a member of the basketball team at the school. So, he's not the vice president or whatever of the club. He's like whatever's under that. So, I guess like a treasurer or something. But he's really good at basketball, but he's more into his music. And then his last trait is music lover. So, that's basically him. He has a sister, but his sister's not in this gameplay at the moment. And, basically him and his sister do not get along. They don't get along because she was a bully to him all his childhood. She was so mean to him. Her name is Ginger Ann. She treated him like, just like he was not everything but a child of God. She treated him like he was everything but a child of God. And technically he is, but still, she just tortured him, basically, when they were children, and he could not get over that. She was an evil, mean sister, basically. And this is his dark form, just so y'all can see that real quick. Literally, he looks the same. I love his red hair, love his red eyes. He got a little messed up. I think he had a fight with his dad or something. So that's what happened to his face. And I could see that because his dad's kind of, evil, the devil, and all that good stuff. But this is Giovanni, and I love him. He's a sweetheart, like I said. He does want to bring upon destruction, but he also loves his friends. He does have a few tattoos. He has this tattoo on his arm, which is supposed to be the scenery of hell. So that's one of his tattoos. And then his other tattoo is actually supposed to be the name of his girlfriend, who is Lockie, who is actually the next character we're going to meet. And I think that's what I have to say about Giovanni. Yep. All I have to say about you right now. Let's go to Lockie now. Lockie Lagoon. She is the daughter of the Loch Ness Monster and who else? The Loch Ness Monster and Queen Cleopatra, like the mummy, the Egyptian queen. Queen Cleopatra is actually her stepmother, and the Loch Ness Monster is her father. So this is Lockie Lagoon. These are her outfits and everything. She is supposed to be like a fish type of creature, but since, like I said, once again, we don't have anything supernatural, I wanted to give her gills. I couldn't give her gills, so I gave her some really pretty blue eyes and some freckles for gills, because, I have to improvise. And she is the captain of the swim team at her school, and she also has a lot of tattoos on her as well. I think she has the most out of everybody in her school. She has like 4. I think she has 4 on her right now. Yep, she has 4, which I'll show y'all in a second. But these are her outfits and such. She does have 2 step siblings who are Queen Cleopatra's biological children, who are actually going to be the next 2 that I'm going to show you. Oh, while we're here, let me show you these tattoos. She has a dolphin, a little fish thing here. Oh, that was a fast spin. A sailor, and a, what do you call this, an anchor, because everything is fish related. I wanted to give her a tattoo of her boyfriend's name, because in my story they do have like their date of when they started dating written on their wrists, but we don't have anything like that in the game. And also I couldn't get 2 tattoos like on the same body part, because they switch out, so we weren't able to do that. So unfortunately she ain't got that, but she does have everything else, like her will to be basically the best athlete around. She holds the title for the best swimmer in her school, in her county, and I think in her state. Yeah. Her, like I said, swim time is amazing because she is basically a fish. She's very cheerful. She's very blissfully ignorant. She's the person like that you think of in the movies, and you say, wait, everybody just said one thing and they literally told you the answer, but you're still asking about a thing that happened like 5 minutes ago. Like, they're just lost. Like, she's that character. She's a vegetarian. She has to eat very healthy and very clean for her to be at her peak performance. And once again, she's active. And this is her voice.
Zarkini and her voice.
Yep, and she has little gap teeth. I love them. And she just has the default walk. And her and Giovanni have been dating since they were in middle school. They're that couple that you see dating for like 5-6 years or whatever, or like they're dating since they're like 8, 10, 12. They end up getting married when they're like 20, and then they end up having like 7 kids by the time they're like 25. They're one of those couples, and those are the couples we don't like in real life, because we're just like, oh, why are you so perfect? Why are you so happy all the time? Like, But these are those guys, and I love them. And also, Lockie is actually best friends with Jourdain, who's over here, who's, once again, I'm going to get to him in a second. Let me not even spoil it before we get there. But these are Lockie's step-siblings, Emily and Emma Nile. Emily and Emma are fraternal twins, so Emily's the girl, and she's older, and Emma is the boy, who we'll get to in a second. Their mother, like I said, is Queen Cleopatra, and their stepfather would be the Loch Ness Monster. And this is Emily's walk. Okay. And this is Emily's voice. Yep, that's her voice. And in my story, they're bandaged up. Like, all the skin that you see right now will be bandaged up. You would not be able to see them. But I was going to download a mod like that, because there is kind of like a custom content piece like that. But I just wasn't going to put that in my game. I already told y'all my game's acting weird anyway, so I really don't want to try to bug it out and put it on Fritz with any custom content. And Emily is very scantily clad dressed, as y'all can see. She likes to wear a lot of see-through things. She is bisexual, so she does like both males and females. She will date both of them. She's not very girly, even though she wears pink and stuff. She's not one who's gonna wear dresses. She's not gonna sit there and be like, oh, open the door for me or do all these things for me, like from guys or whatever, because she could do it for herself. But she is the captain of the cheerleading team at her school. So she's the captain. She's very flexible. She can hold the beat. I love her. She is kind of the aggressor in the group. She's the one that's ready to fight people at the drop of a hat. She will fight for her friends. I love this makeup on her, by the way. But she will fight for her friends no matter what. She's like, oh, y'all want to play with my friend? Okay, let me take these earrings off real quick. I'm going to get in your face. And so I love her for that because she's a ride or die. She's a real ride or die. And she's a serial romantic. And I did that kind of on purpose because, like I said, this isn't like playing on a stereotype or anything of bisexual people, but she just doesn't know what she wants. She doesn't know if she wants to be with a man or a woman right now. She doesn't know if she just wants to be with both of them. She doesn't know because she's dated both men and women in the past. She doesn't know if she's really like capable of holding on to a relationship because a lot of people like her, but she doesn't like them back. And basically, she's one of those people that will play with your heart. She'll be like, oh, okay, like, I'll date you. Okay, sure, we can go out to dinner. Okay, yeah, you can pay for my stuff. If they're in a relationship. But overall, she's just like, but am I really happy? Do I really want to be here? Like, what's going on? So that's why she's a serial romantic. She's looking for love, but she can't find it yet. And she is a glutton. She can eat everything. She's one of those people that can eat anything and everything and will still be fit because, well, she also works out all the time. Like, I can see she works out. She's a bro because she loves to hang out with the football and basketball players because a lot of her friends are in the basketball players. Like, a lot of her friends in this household anyway are basketball players. Her brother in my story is actually a football player, but since we don't have football in Sims, I made him a bowling player. So she's like friends with all of them. And once again, she's romantic because she's just looking for love. She really, really wants that. And I love her eyes. Her eyes are really pretty purple. I think, did I give her not tattoos. Yeah, I gave her braces. Okay. I did give her braces, which I wanted to do because actually Emily in my story has a bunch of piercings. She has like her eyebrow pierced, her lip. She has her ears pierced like 2 or 3 times, a nose piercing, her belly button. She's like did it up with the piercings. But since we don't have piercings in this story, in this Sims game, I had to just give her braces and, you know, I had to make metal on her body somewhere, so she had to take braces for that. And so that's Emily. This is Emily, like I said, this is Emily, y'all. Love her, ride or die, like homegirl, yes. And then this is her younger brother, Emma Nile, and he wants to be a friend of the world. He's so nice, but he's very unflirty. Let's use that because that's one of his traits. Yes, he's very unflirty because he likes this girl over here, Bella, who we'll get to in a minute because she's next. He likes her, but he doesn't want to tell her. And that's crazy because she likes him and she keeps telling him that she likes him, but he's just like, no, I don't want to talk to you. And it's crazy because the whole entire friend group knows and they all keep telling him, Emma, she likes you. Emma, she likes you. Just tell her you like her back. And he's just like, no. So he's basically just clueless. And he's also a foodie. Bella, once again, is always trying to feed him. She's always like, oh, you left your lunch at home again today? Okay, you can have some of mine. And she'll like wake up early in the morning, make something from scratch, homemade everything. And he'll be like, no, I don't want it. Because he's just like, he doesn't want to take anything from her. He doesn't want his feelings to grow, but he doesn't want to tell her as well. And he's also active, like I said. I want him to be a football player, but since we don't have football in the game, I made him a bowling player. And so he's actually in charge or the captain of the bowling team at school. Here's his voice. That's his voice. He has the default. Ooh, I didn't mean to give you that one. You have the default walk. There we go. And then these are his eyes. He has the same exact eyes as his sister. I used the genetics to make them, so they pretty much are identical except for their different genders. And then, let me think, what else does Emma do? Emma is actually best friends with his co-captain of his bowling group, who is Parker Pandora is the guy's name, and they're best friends. And it's crazy because Parker likes his sister. Parker's like, oh, like, Emma, dude, your sister Emily is so cute, like, da-da-da-da-da. And Emma's just like, okay, go for it. But, like, Emily just keeps shutting the poor boy down. It's so crazy. And these are just his outfits and such. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to Emma. I don't really think there is. He's just the one in the group who's like, I'm not telling nobody nothing. Everybody's like, yeah, tell her. He's just like, no, leave me alone. And basically, that's really all there is to Emma, at least at the moment. Because later on, there's going to be a little something going on. But I ain't going to tell y'all. And also, I love his style. It's very bohemian, skater. I'm not really sure what you call it, but it's that. whatever y'all see in here, it's that. That's what it is. And I love his long hair, too. Oh, his long hair is so nice because him and his sister both have really long hair, which I appreciate. And that's Emma, y'all. And then we have Bella Cackletoads. She was supposed to be French in my head, but the longer I look at her name, because really her name was Bella at first, and then I changed it to Bella. Because it made me think of, what's that girl? The Bella from Twilight. I didn't like that. So I was like, no, we're changing this something else. I made it Bella to make it sound French. And Cackletoads, she's a witch. Like I said, Emily and Emma were both mummies. So that was a thing. But she's a witch. So she is very into her academics. She wants to be a Renaissance sim. She is actually the president of, I think she's the president of the tutoring club. And I know she's the vice president of like the student government. They have a student government in their school, and she's the vice president of it, which is crazy because you would think she would be the president because she's so popular and smart, but no, she's the vice president because the other girl is just like, she's just a hot mess. We'll get to her. She real trifling. Like, that's as much as I'm gonna tell y'all about her. But look at this outfit. I love Bella in red. She is gorgeous. And in my story, her skin is so chocolatey dark. And her hair is like so like, her hair is really long in my story. It's like down to her ankles or something. Her hair is really, really long, but she's so chocolatey dark, and then her eyes are really piercing green. I love it. Oh my god. And I like how dark I was able to make her here. Like, it made me happy. I was gonna use the darkest skin tone, but the darkest skin tone is like black, and I was like, she's not black, she's just dark. She's rich, she's chocolate. So I gave her this, which I'm not mad about. She still looks fine. And y'all see she got cursed for days. Badang, badang, badang. But she doesn't show it off. She doesn't think she's cute. She hides her body. That's why she wears all these things. I love that I gave her a little butt chin. It's cute to me. But yeah, these are her outfits and everything. Like I said, she's really lovable. She's the smart one in the group. Next to the president of the student government, who's also a friend in the group. So it's like two smart ones, or two main smart ones anyway. But she's in this household anyway, the smart one. And she's the one who put all the roommates together in the story, which is what we're going to get into a little later. She like put all the roommates together. She helped design the school. She's like really good friends with the principal. The principal was always like, hey, I need help. Can you do this for me? And she was like, yes. And he would ask the president of the student government to do it, but because Bella's a witch, she's more useful, so he uses her more, which is also why the president is jealous of her. And Bella does not care. Bella wants to take her job, really. Bella really wants to take that girl down. She's like, I deserve this and I want it. But yeah, so she's a bookworm. She's a dance machine, which is really interesting. Because you would think like she's a book nerd, she ain't gonna do nothing, but she actually is a dance machine, and she's a genius. So love that about her. And in my story, she can actually transform into like witches, not witches, she is a witch, into frogs and cats and owls, all that fun stuff. So yeah, her parents are a witch and a warlock. No, like the names or whatever don't matter. They were just a witch and a warlock, and that's how she became a witch, pretty much. And I love her. She's a sweetheart. She's the one who keeps the group grounded. She's just like, hey y'all, it's like not all that serious. Y'all are gonna be fine. Like, we have to go through a proper procedure and all that stuff in order to get things changed. So she's a by the books type of person. And then we have Jordan here. Jordan Wolf, she's the daughter of the werewolf, pretty much. She is a werewolf. She's a werewolf-human hybrid, and she's what they call a mutt in this story, because her parent breeded with a human, pretty much. Anybody that like has any human blood in them, kind of, or not even human blood, but anybody who has a human parent, rather, is treated very horribly in my story, at least by this one specific group of people. And almost everybody else is fine with them. It's just this one specific group of people that do not like them. And so that's really what starts the domino effect of all the bad stuff happening. And so Jourdain, like I said, she is part werewolf. She's human/werewolf. She wants to be a writer. She's into acting. She loves acting. She loves the theater. She is family oriented. She has 2 brothers, and she has her dad. She never met her mother, so that's a thing that she's trying to work on. She never met her mother, but she does have her 2 brothers who are both humans, and then she has her dad who is, the Wolfman pretty much. And she's a bookworm. Once again, she likes writing, and then she's creative once again because she likes writing and acting. And this is her walk and everything. She has the sexy walk. She's like, "Yeah, I'm here, and what you gonna do about it?" Here's her voice.
That's at the store.
Yeah, and I made her eyebrows really, really thick. I was trying to make them as thick as possible to like get across the point that she's a wolf, pretty much. And she also has this necklace that she wears in all of her outfits because that basically holds what I call in my story the first wolf's blood. And the first wolf in her family was actually her grandfather. And so that's supposed to symbolize like the bullet or whatever that killed him, and it's supposed to have his blood in it, and that's what helps her transform into a wolf, pretty much. And these are her outfits, and Jourdain actually dates Patrick down here, and like I said earlier, she is actually best friends with Lockie Lagoon, the Loch Ness Monster's daughter, who I showed y'all earlier. So they're best friends. She dates Patrick, and her and Patrick have been together for how long now? I think they've been together for maybe like 2 years. It's not very long. Well, it is long, but it's not as long as like Lockie and Giovanni, who've been together for 5, 6, 7 years, whatever I said earlier. So that's basically Jourdain. She, even though she does have her brothers and stuff, and she loves them to death, she doesn't really talk to them. She barely talks to her dad. They just don't get to see each other. When they do get together, there's this one brother, her and him are always fighting. The other brother is just like, "Stop it, y'all need to calm down." She's the middle child, so she gets along with her. I think it's her younger brother, but she doesn't go along with her older brother. And then her and her dad get along at times. It really depends. So that's Jourdain for y'all. I'm trying not to give y'all too much of the story away, so I'm just trying to explain basically about the characters right now, because I really don't want to give y'all too much, because if I start explaining stuff in depth, y'all gonna get the story before I even start. Okay, sir, Patrick, it's okay, fine. Okay, yes, I got to you. Now, next. This is Patrick. He is actually a vampire, so he's, once again, one of the only true to storybook characters that I have. This is Patrick Vlad. He is the son of Dracula, pretty much. Here's his voice. That's his voice. And then here's his, he just has the default walk. And he does have a scar on his face. This I remember. This is actually has a story behind it, but I'm not gonna tell y'all what it is. Just know that he's had it his whole life, pretty much. And then he, like I said, he's gonna be the prince of basically all the vampires. If he tells a vampire to do anything, like if he were to tell what was her name? Vanessa Reeds, the principal from the last part. If he was to tell her to do something in his vampire way, like because he has control over all the vampires, she would have to do it no matter what. So that's a fun thing. You know, basically you can tell your teacher, "Give me an A," and they'll have to give you an A because they have to obey, because it's the hierarchy of the vampire world. And so he is actually the what is he? He is the captain of the basketball team. So he's really good at basketball. He's really athletic. Over here y'all can see that he wants to be a master vampire. He wants to take over his dad's spot, pretty much. He's also an insider. He loves his basketball team. He loves his players. Like I said, he plays with Giovanni and all that good stuff. So loves his team, athletic. Once again, same thing, basketball. And then he's romantic because he was hopelessly in love with Jourdain since they like carpooled to like kindergarten. He was always like, "Oh, she's so pretty, I want to be with her." And Jourdain was always never paying him any attention. And recently, within like the last 2 or 3 years, Patrick done got real cute, and Jourdain's like, "Hold up a second, I might have to look at you again." And this is him in his vampire form. And so basically he wooed her. There's a whole story behind it. I might do like a flashback type thing. If I end up doing the machinima, I'm gonna try to do a flashback so y'all can see how it was. But it was really cute. Like basically, he just told her, he's like, "You're so beautiful. Like, why won't you be my girlfriend? And she was always just like, get off my face, little boy. So I love him. He's a hopeless romantic. He's hopelessly in love with Jordan. He's always trying to make her happy. And his goal in life at the moment anyway is to get her to let him suck her blood, because she's just like, no, get away from me with those fangs, you ain't touching me. And he's always like, but babe, like, I'm thirsty, I'm about to die. And she's like, I don't care, you better go find somebody, like, I'm not doing it. And so that's his goal right now, is to be able to feed off of her. And then we have our last main character, who actually isn't a main character by himself anyway, because his sister is also a main character, because there's 3 of them, but his sister is more of a main character as well. But obviously, since we can only put 8 people in a household, I made him a main character. And this is Denny's song, y'all. Denny's song is supposed to be an incubus. An incubus is like a demon, if y'all really want to know. It's the male version of a succubus. Just Google that. How about that? Male version of a succubus. It's a male version of a succubus. He's a male version of a succubus. Okay, I'm done. And so Denny's song, he's looking for his soulmate, interesting enough. Because you would think he's a serial romantic because he has sex with all these girls, but no, he actually wants a soulmate, low key. He's a very jealous person, kind of, you could tell, because he's over here looking for a soulmate and he doesn't want, like, to share her with nobody. He's a loner. He, like, hates people pretty much. He really does. He actually says that in my book at one point. He's like, I hate people. And then he's also very gloomy. He's very always down. He's not even very emotional. He doesn't really show his emotions. He's more of, get out my face, get out my way, let me be. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But he is nice to his family. He loves his brother and his sister. He's the middle child. He has an older brother whose name is Samuel Song, and then he has a younger sister whose name is Jenny Song. And Denny and Jenny are thick as thieves. They go through everything together. Samuel's always the one having to clean up their mess, very much literally. And basically, Denny does not mess with this entire crew of people. He does not like them. Especially, he really doesn't like Jordan, because they end up fighting. Like, they end up really literally fist fighting, throwing fists, and almost getting kicked out. So, that's a fun thing. And it's even funnier because Patrick got involved, because he was like, you ain't gonna touch my woman. So, it just ended up being a hot mess. But this is Denny. I end up actually liking him later on, which is interesting because I really did not like this boy. And then I had to make him into like one of those characters that you like learn to love, because you're just like, oh, you annoy me. But these are his tattoos and stuff. I don't even know if I can show you. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to. But these are his tattoos. He has the alien tattoo on his back and he has the tattoo on his arm. The arm tattoo actually represents something. The back one also represents something, but it's not as important. I'm gonna let y'all figure it out. But like I said, this is Denny. I did make him a vampire because I wasn't able, like I said, to make an incubus. His voice. Yep. And this is his walk. He has a swagger walk. And he does have the really like creepy, crazy thing. And his outfits, once again, are the same. This is how he looks when he is in his vampire form. Or not makeup. I don't want makeup. I'm his teeth. And these are his teeth. And I'm about to sneeze. Hold on. Oh, okay. These are his teeth. Like I was saying, I didn't even sneeze. These are his teeth. He has the very sharp teeth. He basically can eat you if he probably felt like it. And he does wear glasses. He has very long hair, which he always keeps up in a bun, usually. And yeah, I low-key like him, but at first I hate him. So y'all gonna see me go through a roller coaster of emotions with him. But that's my group right now. And I'm gonna go try to edit this, and hopefully it don't look like crazy in editing, because I'm gonna be sad if it do. But this is my main group, y'all. I'm gonna record the next one, like the third part, because there might be 3 or 4 parts of this. So this will be the second of the third or second of the fourth part. It depends on how many parts I do after this. But yeah, I think that's all I have right now. Hopefully those parts actually go up on time. This one's late because my internet went out. I'm still mad about that. But yeah, this is my group right now. I hope y'all like kind of got you know, intrigued. Yeah, that's all I can think of right now. It's your girl ToniTime. Y'all already know my motto: Sim School, Sleep, Repeat. And I think I'll see y'all on the next one. I hope to see you all on the next one. Yeah. All right, y'all. It's your girl ToniTime, and I'm out. Bye.